Hello dear everyone, students of class 12. Today I am going to teach you Strong Roots, written by APJ Abdul Kalam. Here is the picture you can see of Abdul Kalam, and he is very famous and well known person and is called Missile Man of India also. Here is one short biography of Abdul Kalam. Let me read out this. Abul Pakir Zainul Abidin Abdul Kalam, born on 15th of October 1931 and died on 27 July 2015, popularly known as Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, is an Indian scientist and the 11th President of India. Born and raised in Rameswaram, Tamil Nadu, Kalam went on to study physics at St. Joseph College, Tiruchirappalli, graduated in physics in the year 1954, and aerospace engineering at the Madras Institute of Technology MIT in 1955. Completed courses in 1960. Kalam began his career at Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, where he was assigned to build a hovercraft prototype, and later moved to ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, where he helped establish the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center and pioneered India's first space launch vehicle program. Strong Roots is the first chapter of Kalam's best-selling autobiography. Wings of Fire 1999 led him to lead Indian space research. In the book, he has written his early life hardship, fortitude, luck and chances that eventually led him to the Indian space research. He was awarded with Padma Bhushan in 1981, Padma Vibhushan in 1990, and Bharat Ratna also in 1997. As I told you, as a missile man of India, he developed Agni, Prithvi, Trishul, etc. He became the chief scientific advisor, the secretary of DRDO, means Defense Research and Development Organization, in the year 1992 to 1999, and he became 11th President of India in 2002 to 2007. So here is the introduction of a short biography of Abdul Kalam that everyone can understand is, and it is in a simple language, that he was graduated from Tiruchirappalli College, and after that he joined MIT, and in the courses he spent his time 5 years in MIT course, and he was asked or assigned to make a hovercraft type also there, and he joined ISRO also, Indian Space Research Organization, and after that he joined DRDO also, Defense Research and Development Organization. So recently, actually let's say recently 2015, he died in Shillong when he had come in Shillong. Now here are the articles and novels, books which is written by Abdul Kalam. So totally he had written 25 books. But here I just I'm just displaying 14 books only, and today the chapter which we are going to read is extracted from the book Wings of Fire. Strong Roots. Author APJ Abdul Kalam. Types of work is an autobiographical article. It was first published in 1999. The source of this story is Wings of Fire, the first chapter. The narrator himself, Abdul Kalam. The theme of this prose story is Abdul Kalam's secure childhood, his simple life, and his deep respect for his parents. These are the theme which is mentioned in this chapter. Let's go. This is the map of India. So why I am showing this map of India is not that I am going to teach you geography, but actually the red letter Rameswaram is the place which is in Tamil Nadu. And let me tell you some demo. Why I am telling is this. Today we are going to read about Abdul Kalam's native place where he was born. So Rameswaram is the place where he was born. So just a simple demographic. Let me tell you, 80% of the people are Hindu in Rameswaram, and 4% Muslim, and 8% Christians. And there is no any other religion, Buddhist and all. Rameswaram is full of the people with the Hindu background. So today we are going to read about this. So this is in the south of Tamil Nadu and is an island where Abdul Kalam was born. Here we go with the text. In the text, before proceeding to the text, strong roots. What is actually strong roots? Strong is full of strength, full of energy. Roots is what? Roots is the main thing that supplies the energies. The foundation, let's say foundation. The strong roots signifies the foundation, strong foundation of Abdul Kalam. So let us go into the text. I was born into a middle class Tamil family in the island town of Rameswaram in the erstwhile Madras state. My father Zainul Abidin had neither much formal education nor much wealth. Despite these disadvantages, he possessed great innate wisdom and true generosity of spirit. He had an ideal helpmate in my mother Asiamma. I do not recall the exact number of the people she fed every day, but I am quite certain that far more outsiders ate with us than all the members of our own family put together. So let me explain you this. He was born in Tamil family in the island there, as I already told you, in Rameswaram. It was the old Madras, as well mean the former one, Pailako, and father was Zainul Abidin. Father's name is also Zainul Abidin, and he was not so much educated, and he did not have so much wealth also. Despite of these disadvantages, let me tell you Nepali, yo huda huda pani, his father was not so educated. And then what he had actually, he had innate wisdom. What is innate wisdom? Innate wisdom is inborn quality, inborn gyan that his father used to have. So he was generous also, generosity also. Aliki udar chitta ko pani मान्छे थिए. So Abdul Kalam ko ama ko naam pani mention गरेको छ, Asiamma. So he says he actually Abdul Kalam did not recall the exact number of the people that his mother used to feed. तो के हो भन्दाखेरि मतलब उसको आमा अति नै जेनरस थिइन्, अनि उसको आमाले के गर्थिन् भन्दा धेरै मानिसहरूलाई जो बाहिरबाट आएका हुन्छन् अनि जो भोकाएका हुन्छन् उनीहरूलाई खुवाउने पिउने काम गर्थे. And this is written that us than all the members of our family put together. अब्दुल कलामको फ्यामिलीमा जति मानिस हुने गर्थे त्यो भन्दा पनि ज्यादा चाहिँ अरु आउटसाइडर्सहरूलाई त खुवाउने पिउने काम गर्दथे. कसले? अब्दुल कलामको आमाले. My parents were widely regarded as an ideal couple. My mother's lineage was the more distinguished, one of her forebears having been bestowed the title of Bahadur by British. British को पनि कुरा आएको छ. प्यारेन्ट्स को कुरा यहाँ के गर्दैछ भने उसको my parents widely regarded. उसको आमा बाबालाई चाहिँ यसो भन्न सकिन्छ कि भेरी पर्फेक्ट कपल, पर्फेक्ट जोडी थियो रे अब्दुल कलामको बाबा अनि आमाको, अनि धेरै मिल्ने. अनि आमापट्टि जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ यहाँनिर हिज मदर, अब्दुल कलाम मदर लाइनेज मिन्स फ्यामिली अथवा अफस्प्रिङ, वंशवाली चाहिँ कस्तो थियो भने मोर डिस्टिङ्ग्विज, एमिनेन्ट. डिस्टिङ्ग्विज भनेको एमिनेन्ट, फेमस थियो. केमा भन्दा वान अफ आवर फोरबियर्स भने एन्सेस्टर भनेको पुर्खाहरू चाहिँ लाई चाहिँ एउटा नाम दिएको थियो बिस्टोर्ड भनेको चाहिँ टाइटल शीर्षक दिएको थियो कसले भन्दाखेरि ब्रिटिसहरूले चाहिँ अब्दुल कलामको आमाको पहिला पुर्खा फ्यामिलीलाई चाहिँ के एउटा टाइटल दिएको थियो भने बहादुर भनेर दिएको थिए त्यसै कारणले गर्दाखेरि फर्स्ट यो स्लाइडले भनौँ न फर्स्ट स्लाइडले त इन्ट्रोडक्सन अफ प्लेसेस प्यारेन्ट्स फ्यामिली यहाँनिर देखाउँछ है विल गो टु द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड I was one of many children, a short boy with rather undistinguished looks, born to tall and handsome parents. We lived in our ancestral house, which was built in the middle of 19th century. It was a fairly large pucca house made of limestones and brick on the Mosque Street in Rameswaram. My austere father used to avoid all essentials, comforts and luxuries. However, all necessities were provided for in terms of good medicine or clothing. In fact, I would say mine was a very secure childhood, materially and emotionally. How he was reared up, how he was looking after, how was being looked after. Now, let me tell you this. There were so many children, out of them, Abdul Kalam is one. And he has explained, he has accepted that अब्दुल कलामले के भन्दैछ भने म चाहिँ एउटा अनडिस्टिङ्ग्विस्ड लुक भएको थिएँ मतलब त्यति के भएको फेमस नभएको अति अलिकति बदसुरत मान्छे थिए नट फेमस सो फेमस born to that family and the parents को उसले बढी बढाइ गरिरहेको छ his parents were obviously के थियो भन्दाखेरि राम्रो थियो अनि फेमस पनि थियो अनि एमिनेन्ट पनि थियो अनि he lived in our अघि पढिहाल्यो हामीले है they used to live in the old house which was made in 19th century and it was made of but though it was pakka house and what are other important things is his father used to avoid all these inessential comforts and luxuries. His father was quite simple man, austere father, that he used to avoid all these things. Okay, but though he used to supply all basic things to family like good medicine, clothing and other things. So Abdul Kalam says that his childhood is secure materially and emotionally. Whatever he needed in basic, he used to get all things, but besides comforts and luxuries. I normally ate with my mother sitting on the floor of the kitchen. She would place a banana leaf before me on which she then ladled rice and aromatic sambar, a variety of sharp homemade pickle and a dollop of fresh coconut chutney. This is mentioned here. अब आमासँग उसको के हुन्थ्यो भन्दाखेरि normally अब्दुल कलाम, I am talking about Abdul Kalam, आमासँग खानुको लागि खाना खानु बस्दाखेरि आमासँग बस्थे है अनि खाँदाखेरि के यहाँ केराको पत्ता ओछाइदिन्थे यो हामीले साउथतिर गयो भने त्यहाँनिर केराको पत्तामा ओछ्याएर खाने कुराहरू दिन्छ है हामीले साउथमा म्याक्सिमम हाम्रा पहाडका मान्छे भेलोर जान्छन् है तमिलनाडुको एउटा टाउन त्यहाँनिर ट्रिटमेन्ट हुन्छ भेलोर भन्ने जग्गामा पनि कुनै रेस्टुरेन्टतिर केराको पत्ता राखिदिन्छ राम्रो रेस्टुरेन्टमा पत्ता राखिदिएको हुन्छ है त्यो पत्तामाथि चाहिँ खाना राखिदिन्छ त्यो पत्तैमाथि खाना पनि खाइरहेको हुन्छ कसैले है कसैलाई थाल चाहिनेलाई थाल दिन्छ स्पेसली त्यहाँको एउटा ट्रेडिसन जस्तो छ अनि त्यो पत्ता राखिदिन्थ्यो अरे आमाले अन्त फुल यसो चुली भात राखिदिन्थ्यो अरे अनि साम्बार त्यहाँ साउथकोले के खान्छ साम्बारहरू खान्छ अनि त्यहाँनिर अचारहरू धेरै खान्छ साउथकोले है अमिलो अमिलो अचारहरू अनि एक चम्ची डलप स्पुन फुल अफ कोकोनटको स्पेसली के खान्छ चटनीहरू खान्छन् पिकलहरू खान्छन् त्यो भरि राख्दै द्याट ही रियली रिमेम्बर्स अब्दुल कलाम रिमेम्बर्स अल दोज थिङ्स नेक्स्ट स्लाइड अब अघि हामीले सेकेन्ड स्लाइडमा के पढ्यो भन्दाखेरि एउटा इन्ट्रोडक्सन अब्दुल कलाम सेकेन्ड स्लाइडमा सेकेन्ड प्याराग्राफमा अब्दुल कलाम ही एक्सेप्ट्स हिमसेल्फ एज एन undistinguished person that he is very humble and he has become so humble that he is telling that I was the undistinguished person among my parents though my parents were very handsome and all and his growth हामीले त्यो पढ्न सक्यौं अब यो थर्ड स्लाइडमा के पढ्छौं भन्दाखेरि let's see the Shiva temple which made Rameswaram so famous to pilgrims was about a 10-minute walk from our house. Our locality was predominantly Muslim, but there were quite a lot of Hindu families too living amicably with their Muslim neighbors. यहाँसम्म है Abdul Kalam what he's saying is Rameswaram is the place which is very famous for the pilgrimage. Pilgrimage भनेको चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि धार्मिक तीर्थ व्रतहरू गर्छन्. This is called pilgrimage है. Religious त्यो एउटा ट्राभल गर्ने मान्छेको हुन्छ आधार जो 10 minute walking distance मात्रै थियो त्यहाँबाट. So actually this locality was predominantly largely mostly by the Muslim people. अनि त्यहाँनिर हिन्दू फ्यामिलीजहरू पनि थियो, but they were living together there very friendly and cordially. Amicably भनेको चाहिँ cordially and friendly, they are living there without no any quarrel and झगडा. Okay, so there was a very old mosque in our locality where my father would take me for evening prayers. I had not the faintest idea of the meaning of the Arabic prayers chanted, but I was totally convinced that they reach God. This is regarding the prayers and spiritual thing. Now let's go to the spiritual side. What he was being taught by father. There was a mosque also. One mentioned here. Mosque also mentioned just in the locality. So his father used to take him to that mosque for the prayers. But Abdul Kalam had no idea about the meaning of the prayers, and especially Arabic prayer. So he was just convinced, a little bit convinced that this prayer goes to the God. When my father came out of the mosque after the prayers, people of different religions would be sitting outside waiting for him. Many of them offered bowls of water to my father, who would dip his fingertips in them and say a prayer. It used to happen there that when he was coming, his father was coming out of the mosque, there used to be so many people, मान्छेहरू बसिरहेका हुन्थे अनि भन्दथे कि just give एउटा के गर्दिनु भनेर एउटा प्रेयर भन्दिने, say a prayer, एउटा प्रार्थना गर्दिनुहोस् भनेर उसको बाउलाई भन्थे. अनि उसको बाबाले त्यो त्यो मानिसहरूले ल्याएका यत्रो बोल हुन्थ्यो, एउटा भाँडा हुन्थ्यो, त्यो भाँडामा पानी हुन्थ्यो, त्यो पानीमा चाहिँ औँला यसरी भिजाइदिए, यसरी जस्ट के गर्थे, इमर्स गर्थे, यसरी हाल्थे. This is kind of rituals, religious rituals, that उसको बाबाले त्यो fingertips in them त्यो गरेपछि चाहिँ this water was maybe purified, or this becomes a healing thing, or I don't know. Then carried home for invalids. त्यो चाहिँ water चाहिँ invalidsहरूको लागि, जो invalidsहरू छ, दुःख जो disease personहरू छ तिनीहरूको लागि लगिन्थ्यो. I also remember people visiting our home to offer thanks after being cured. त्यो जाति भएपछि चाहिँ these people used to again come, then say thank to his father. Father always smiled and asked them to thank Allah the Merciful. अनि उसको बाबाले भन्ने गर्थ्यो कि nothing to give me thanks, no more thanks to me, but thanks to the God Allah in Arabic word. And he is very merciful, he is very kind God. So हामीले अघि स्लाइड 3 मा हेरिसक्यौं कि के पढ्यो, के हेर्यौं भन्दाखेरि अब्दुल कलमको बाबाले गरेको प्रेयर अनि हिलिङ अनि फादर्स प्रेयर अनि अब्दुल कलमको एउटा सानो पर्सेप्सन प्रेयरको बारेमा पर्सेप्सन चाहिँ के हो भन्ने कुरा पनि हेर्यौं. किनकि अब्दुल कलम डिड नट नो द प्रपर पर्सेप्सन अनि आइडियाज अफ द प्रेयर. ओन्ली ही नोज वाज के भन्दाखेरि द प्रेयर विल रिच टु द गड भन्ने मात्रै थियो. And the next slide shows the high priest of Rameswaram temple, Pakshi Lakshmana Shastri, was a very close friend of my father's. One of the most vivid memories of my early childhood is of the two men, each in traditional attire, discussing spiritual matters. When I was old enough to ask questions, I asked my father about the relevance of prayer. अब यो साइड फ्लोमा गएपछि त हामी यो प्याराग्राफमा हेरेपछि चाहिँ के पाउँछ भन्दाखेरि हाई प्रिस्ट अफ रामेश्वरम नेम इज अल्सो मेन्सन. एक्जाममा यो आउन सक्छ. वाट इज द नेम अफ हाई प्रिस्ट अफ रामेश्वरम टेम्पल भनेर आउन सक्छ. अनि त्यति बेला हामी पक्षी लक्ष्मण शास्त्री भन्न, यु क्यान राइट डाउन द्याट. सो वाट ह्यापन, हिज फादर ह्याड अ क्लोज रिलेसन विथ दिस a priest. Okay, so he remembered two of the men who was coming from there, maybe from temple. So talking about discussing about the spiritual matter, आत्मिक कुराहरुको अथवा आध्यात्मिक कुराहरुको डिस्कसन गर्दै दुईजना मान्छेहरु बात मार्दै आएको उले देखे अथवा अब्दुल कलामले सम्झिए. सो बोथ वर इन अ ट्रेडिसनल अटायर, त्यो ट्रेडिसनल लुगाहरू लगाएको थियो है. अनि के भन्दाखेरि यति त्यति बेलासम्म टिल देन चाहिँ अब्दुल कलाम वाज जस्ट एबल टु अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड द क्वेसन. द्याट्स वाइ ही वेन्ट टु हिज फादर एन्ड आस्क्ड द रिलेभेन्स अफ प्रेयर, इम्पोर्टेन्स द सिग्निफिकेन्स अफ द रिलेभेन्स अफ द प्रेयर. प्रेयर चाहिँ के हो भनेर चाहिँ उसको ड्याडलाई उसले सोध्यो. देन वाट ह्यापन, माई फादर टोल्ड मी देयर वाज नथिङ मिस्टरियस अबाउट प्रेयर. What he told is, prayer is, there is no any mystery, nothing such about the prayer. Rather, prayer made possible a communion of the spirit between people. अर्को एक्सप्लेनेसनमा उसको बाबाले प्रेयर चाहिँ यस्तो हो भनेर के भनेछन् भन्दाखेरि, prayer is such a thing that make the people communion भनेको चाहिँ spiritually unity हुनु, spiritually unity. It's a prayer which is a unity spiritually of the people. कसरी भन्दाखेरि, when people start praying for others, for neighbors, for everyone, then spiritually they are united, invisibly united. This is called communion. Okay, so when you pray, he said, when you pray, के भनेछ भन्दा, you transcend your body and become a part of the cosmos, which knows no division of wealth, age, caste or creed. यो एक प्रकारको राम्रो आन्सर चाहिँ उसको बाबाले भन्दछ, अब्दुल कलामको बाबाले छोरालाई के भन्दछ भने, व्हाट इज प्रेयर भन्दैन. इन द आन्सर चाहिँ के भन्दाखेरि, यु ट्रान्सेन्ड योर बडी, यु गो बियोन्ड योर बडी. आफ्नो शरीरदेखि अलिक माथि जानुपर्छ. व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट लेभल अफ द बडी? नेक्स्ट लेभल अफ द बडी इज स्पिरिट. Go to the spirit and become a part of the cosmos. What is part of the cosmos? People say is cosmos भनिरहेको हुन्छ है. सिलगढीको 2 माइलको एउटा बिग बजार छ, त्यसलाई कस्मस भन्छ, मान्छेले कस्मसै भन्छ. बट द रियल प्रोनाउन्सिएसन इज कस्मस. ज भन्ने साउन्ड लाग्छ, लेट्स से ज. ओके, कस्मस. सो यु transcend your body and become a part of the cosmos, because of the cosmos means the celestial thing or heavenly thing, or स्वर्गीय कुरा, or beyond the body, अलिक माथिको कुरा हो, अर्को स्तरको कुरा हो. सो उसको ड्याडले चाहिँ के नै भनेको भन्दाखेरि, शारीरिक कुरामा मात्रै मन नलगाओ, you don't focus on the body when you pray, but go beyond the body. Prayer is such a thing. When you pray, your prayer should be a prayer, it automatically goes from the body, and it start focusing on the spiritual thing, a celestial thing, a cosmos thing. That's what his father was saying, which knows no division. So when people comes in his spirit, when people comes in out of the body, then it has no relation with what? Wealth, धन सम्पत्ति कुरा हुँदैन, एज फ्याक्टरको कुरा हुँदैन, कास्टको कुरा, जातपातको कुरा हुँदैन, क्रिट काला गोरा फुड्के न्याप्ले छोटो भन्ने, गरिब धनी भन्ने कुरा केही पनि आउँदैन, हुने रेसिजमै आउँदैन. So what are these things? These things are very important, which is the main and essential part of the spirit, or the spiritual matter, or this is important part of the prayer. So in 4th slide, relevance of the prayer. As I told you already, importance of the prayer. Next, in slide 5, my father could convey complex spiritual concepts in very simple, down to earth Tamil. Tamil भनेर लेखेको छ. His father used to convey all the complex जटिल कुराहरू नै, he used to explain this conceptsहरू छ, त्यो conceptsहरूलाई चाहिँ के गर्थ्यो, सिम्पल वेमा भन्थ्यो, इन तामिल ल्याङ्ग्वेजमा भन्थ्यो. तामिलनाडु इज द स्टेट. जब त्यहाँको मान्छेले भाषा बोल्छ, ल्याङ्ग्वेज, द्याट ल्याङ्ग्वेज इज कल्ड तामिल. ओके, सो ही वन्स told me in his own time, in his own place, in what he really is and in the stage he has reached, good or bad. Every human being is a specific element within the whole of the manifest divine being. अब एकपल्ट उसको पिता बाबाले के भनेको थिए भन्दा, I'm talking about अब्दुल कलामको बाबाले अब्दुल कलामलाई एकपल्ट के भनेको थियो भन्दाखेरि, in his own time, in his own, उसको जीवनकालको on time, on place, what he was actually, what he is, what are the stages that he suffered, he crossed over, now everything भनेका थिए. अनि अर्को एकदमै अल्टिमेट अनि अति नै स्पिरिचुअल कुरा के भनेका थिए भने, ह्युमन बिइङ इज अ स्पेसिफिक इलिमेन्ट विदिन द होल अफ द म्यानिफेस्ट डिभाइन बिइङ. ह्युमन बिइङ इटसेल्फ इज अ स्पेसिफिक एन्ड पर्टिकुलर बिइङ where the divinity is or it can be manifested, can be revealed. त्यो प्रकटीकरण हुनु सक्छ. मान्छे यस्तो स्पेसिफिक मान्छे हो जसले यो डिभाइन कुराहरूलाई आफै भित्र नै के गर्न सक्छ, बुझ्न सक्छ अनि निकाल्नु सक्छ. इफ ओन्ली के गर्यो भने त्यसलाई फोकस गर्यो भने अनि त्यसमा के प्रेयरमा के गर्यो भने ध्यान दिइरह्यो भने भन्ने कुराहरू स्पिरिचुअल म्याटरमा जसले फोकस गर्छ, he or she will find the divine being in himself that is being manifested within themselves because human being is specific element भनेर उसको ड्याडले भनेको थिए. So why be afraid of difficulties, sufferings and problems? When troubles come, and try to understand the relevance of your sufferings, adversity always presents opportunity for introspection. So त्यो भने चाहिँ उसको ड्याडले के भनेको थियो, आफ्नो आफैमा डिभाइनिटीलाई चिन्ने एउटा पोटेन्शियलिटी क्षमता छ भने त्यो चाहिँ ट्रबल समस्यादेखि किन डराउनु हैन. यदि कसै मान्छेले त्यो कुरालाई फोकस गर्नु सक्छ स्पिरिचुअल कुरालाई, अनि अर्को जसले चाहिँ रिलेभेन्स अफ सफरिङ्सलाई बुझेको छ, अहिलेको दुःख, सफरिङ्स इज दुःख, पेन, अगोनी है, यो कुरालाई जसले बुझेको छ, जसले यसको इम्पोर्टेन्सलाई बुझेको छ, then why to trouble है, why feel trouble, आपत्ति किन पर्नु है, त्यो कुराहरू भनेका छन्. एडभर्सिटी अलवेज प्रेजेन्ट्स अपर्च्युनिटिज है. यो एडभर्सिटिजहरू छ, जतिवटा हार्डसिप्सहरू छ, कठिनाइ समय डिफिकल्टिजहरू छ, डिफिकल्टिज एन्ड हार्डसिप्स अलवेज प्रेजेन्ट्स दि अपर्च्युनिटिज. त्यो अपर्च्युनिटिजहरूलाई ल्याएर आएको हुन्छ. कुनै कुरामा पनि सपोज लेट मी एक्सप्लेन यु इफ यु डिडन्ट अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड दिस. सपोज कसै मान्छेलाई एउटा शिखरमा चढ्नु छ, कुनै कुरा एउटा ठुलो काम अचिभ गर्नु छ भने he or she should go under the hardship, under the what struggle, suffering, so many hard work गर्नै पर्ने हुन्छ. त सजिलैसँग केही कुरा पनि प्राप्त हुन सक्दैन. Nothing can be achieved easily. Okay, that's why in the course duration of achieving something we have to go through the adversities, okay, and hardships. त्यही भनेको हो यो चाहिँ. त्यसले गर्दा मात्रै अपर्च्युनिटिजहरू, प्रिभिलेजेसहरू, मौकाहरू मान्छेकोमा आउन सक्छ, त्यसलाई हातमा पाउन सक्छ. एट द टाइम फर इन्ट्रोस्पेक्सन. वाट इज इन्ट्रोस्पेक्सन भन्दाखेरि, at that time people think in a one position, start thinking deeply what is to do next. That level, the way of thinking deeply into ourselves is called introspection. And people start thinking about it, thinking deeply about it when the opportunities lies after the hardships and adversities at that time. Okay, then slide number 5 also told us and has taught us how to understand ourselves in the through the prayer and by being spiritual we can be spiritual, you can understand ourselves. This is all that told by his father to Abdul Kalam. This is how he was reared up. यस प्रकारले हुर्केका थिए, बढेका थिए, उसको ग्रोथ यस्तो प्रकारले भएका थिए. भनेपछि हामीले भन्न सक्छौँ अब्दुल कलाम अवश्य पनि एकदमै भाग्यमानी व्यक्ति थिए, किनकि उसले यस्ता आफ्नो बाउलाई पाएको थिए. अब यो हुनु पनि अब हामीले यो च्याप्टर पढ्नुभन्दा स्ट्रङ रुट्स पढ्नु भन्दाखेरि मैले पनि पहिला सोच्थेँ अब्दुल कलामले लेखेको, अब अब्दुल कलामको बारेमा अब्दुल कलामले अचिभ गरेको कुराहरू सम्पूर्ण कुराहरू लेखेको छ होला भनेर सोच्थेँ. बट इट्स नट द्याट. दिस स्ट्रङ इज अल अबाउट हिज फादर. उसको ड्याडले कतिवटा उसलाई एक्जर्टेसन, अर्थीहरू दिए, बुद्धिहरू दिए, इन्नट विजडमले के गरेका थिए, प्रभावित पारेका थिए अनि सिकाएका पनि थिए. All these things are mentioned in this chapter actually. So we'll go to the next. 6. Slide 6 ले के भन्छ भने, why don't you say this to the people who come to you for help and advice? I asked my father. यो अघिको स्लाइड्स 5 मा भएको रिलेभेन्स अफ प्रेयर मतलब अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड आवरसेल्फ के हो आफू चाहिँ भन्ने कुराहरू थियो, त्यो कन्सेप्टहरू थियो. त्यो चाहिँ किन तपाईँले अरूलाई भन्नु हुँदैन भनेर चाहिँ अब्दुल कलामले उसको बाबालाई भनेको थिएछ एकपल्ट. त्यति बेला चाहिँ उसको ड्याडले के भन्छ भने इन आन्सर, he put his hands on my shoulders and looked straight into my eyes for quite some time. He said nothing, as if he was judging my capacity to comprehend his words. एकछिन बुढो चाहिँ चुप्पो लागेछ अनि काँधमा यसो हात राखेर चाहिँ यसो हेरेछ यो केटाले अब मैले भनेको कुरा अथवा स्पिरिचुअल म्याटर्सलाई बुझ्छ कि बुझ्दैन, वेदर ही हेज गट अ कपेसिटी टु अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड, टु कम्प्रिहेन्ड, टु अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड हिज वर्ड्स अर नट भनेर यसो विचार गरेर चाहिँ नाउ ही स्टार्टेड टेलिङ, हिज फादर स्टार्टेड टेलिङ, देन ही आन्सर इन अ लो डिप भोइस. अब बिस्तारो प्रकारले भनेछ, वाट इज इट? हिज आन्सर फिल्ड मी विथ स्ट्रेन्थ, एनर्जी एन्ड एन्थुजियाजम. जे पनि यो आन्सर यहाँ भन्नेवाला छ है, उसको ड्याडले यो माथिको क्वेसनको आन्सर यहाँदेखि भन्नेवाला छ. त्यो चाहिँ कस्तो प्रकारले लो डिप भोइसमा भनेछ अरे बुढोले के भनेछ, कस्तो प्रकारले भन्यो भन्दाखेरि त्यो भनिसकेर चाहिँ अब्दुल कलाम चाहिँ केले भरियो भन्दा ही वाज फिल्ड विथ स्ट्रेन्थ, एनर्जी एन्ड इन्थुजियाजम. अनि अचम्म खालको एक प्रकारको भित्र एउटा पोटेन्सियलिटी, एनर्जी द्याट ही कुड फिल एन्ड ही वाज रियली फिल्ड. Okay, and he was with full of enthusiasm, full of interest. Okay, so what was the answer was told by his father? Whenever human beings find themselves alone, as a natural reaction, they start looking for company. Whenever they are in trouble, they look for someone to help them. Whenever they reach an impasse, they look to someone to show them the way out. एउटा सानो एउटा इक्जाम्पल जस्तो प्याराबल जस्तो प्रकारले भनेछ, जब मान्छे when people are alone in the natural reaction, when he or she is suffering from different kind of hardships and problems in the world, he searches the company, he searches the partner. Alone he doesn't have a capacity to overcome on this matter. So in this trouble, he tries to find someone. He is expecting someone because he is in the deadlock condition. Impasse means deadlock condition where a person is in the middle and all four sides are full of problems. He cannot move an inch. This is the condition that impasse means. Okay. So when people are in this condition, जब मान्छे बिचमा हुन्छ, डेडलक अवस्थामा हुन्छ, जसले अहिले लकडाउनमा हामी एउटा डेडली अवस्थामा छ, एउटा डेडलक अवस्थामा छ, इम्प्यास कन्डिसनमा छौँ, जहाँनिर अब न दबाई छ, न यसको, न अब मान्छेले के हुन्छ भेला हुनु पाउँछ, न गाडी चलेको छ हैन, त्यो प्रकारले अहिले मान्छे इम्प्यास कन्डिसनमा छ. त्यति बेला चाहिँ त्यो एउटा इक्जाम्पल मात्रै दिएको है. अनि उसको बाबाले पनि त्यति बेला त्यसै भनेको थिएछ है. The people wants to desire to see the way out. कहाँबाट चाहिँ अब to find the result, to find the way out, to find the one solution. The people start finding the solution when people are in deadlock condition. So what are those things? For the people who come to me in distress, what he is saying, I am but a go between in their efforts to propitiate demonic forces with prayers and offerings. Now what his father is, sorry, मैले यहाँबाट पढ्नु पर्छ है. Just wait for a while. Okay. They start looking for company whenever they are in trouble. Look for someone to help whenever they reach an impasse. त्यो एउटा डेडली कन्डिसन, डेडलक कन्डिसनमा हुने गर्दछ मान्छे. त्यति बेला they want to find out the solution, and after that they look to someone to show them the way out. They wanted a solution and go out, and they wanted some company that who can really help him, help her. And यहाँदेखि पढ्नु पर्छ. Every recurrent anguish, recurrent means repeated, regular. Anguish, agony, है, pain, distress, anguish, longing, desiring, wishing, wanting, and desire, full of desire, will and wishes, finds his own special helper. Is these all things are inside it. These are all things abstract or which cannot be seen, which is in human being. We can find in ourselves also. Okay, these are the things really. It gives a force the people that it somehow find the special helper for this to go the way out. For the people who come to me in distress, I am but a go-between in their efforts to propitiate demonic forces with prayers and offerings. What his father was doing, उसको बाबाले के भन्छन् भन्दाखेरि जो मान्छेहरू म भामा आउँछ यो प्रब्लम अनि समस्याहरू लिएर, what he does is he is just a go between. उसको ड्याडले चाहिँ उसलाई के भन्छ, म त आई एम जस्ट अ गो बिट्विन, ओके माई सन भन्यो होला नि, के भन्दा दिस इज कल्ड मिडिएटर, मध्यस्थलाई गो बिट्विन भन्छ. गो बिट्विन जसले बिचमा बसेर एउटा काम गर्छ, यताबाट आएको मान्छेलाई अर्को के गर्छ, हेल्प गरेर एकदम डेस्टिनेसनमा पुर्याउने काम गर्छ. द्याट इज कल्ड गो बिट्विन, मिडिएटर भनिन्छ. ओके, ही सेज द्याट ही इज ओन्ली द मिडिएटर. ओके, सो वाट इज हिज एफोर्ट इज ओन्ली टु प्रोपिसिएट भनेको विन हो. मैले चाहिँ let us translate it, defeat. His efforts only defeat the demonic forces with prayers and offerings. What actually he does is, जब मान्छेहरू उसको बाउको भागमा धेरै समस्याहरू लिएर आउँछन्, उसले के गर्छन् भन्दाखेरि उसको ड्याडले चाहिँ के गर्छ भन्दाखेरि सानो एउटा मध्यस्तर भएर त्यसलाई के गर्छ, प्रेयर गरिदिन्छ त्यसको लागि, अनि अफरिङ्स गरिदिएपछि चाहिँ then they could that demonic forces could be propitiated or defeated. Propitiate meaning त्यो demonic forces. He is talking about demonic forces. Okay, now these are all invisible things and weird things also. This is not a correct approach at all and should never be followed. यसो पनि भनिरहेछ, he is accepting, his dad is accepting that this is not good. The way I am doing is not good, it should not be followed. One must understand the difference between a fear-ridden vision of destiny and the vision that enables us to seek the aim of fulfillment within ourselves. Arko suggestion चाहिँ के भन्छ, one must understand, everyone has to understand the difference between two things. What two things? And the fear-ridden vision, destiny, and other vision enables us to seek the enemy of fulfillment within ourselves. One is fear-ridden. We should not be fear-ridden. Fear-ridden means the people who are scared, we are very feared with such powers, foreign powers, demonic forces. When people are possessed with the demonic powers, they are really, start doing very weak activities. At that time, people become so feared and scared. At that time, they also take out some solution. They wants to go to one destiny. एउटा डेस्टिनीमा एउटा के भन्नु, अब एउटा वे आउट खोज्छ मान्छेले. एउटा मान्छेले डरले पनि केहीको भन्नु भने इन अ सिम्पल वे, लेट मी टेल यु, मान्छेले केही कुराको के वर्शिप अथवा केही कुराको लागि केही आस्थामा के भर पर्छ, कति बेला हुन्छ मान्छेको एउटा चाहिँ डरले पर्छ. डर लागेपछि त्यो मान्छेले के खोज्छ भन्दा प्रेयर खोज्छ, स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ खोज्छ. डरले कुनै कुराको डरले, जस्तै डेमोनिक फोर्सेसको डरले, कुनै कुराको डरले है, आफ्नो फल्टको डरले, केही पनि लसको डरले चाहिँ त्यो हुन्छ, द्याट इज कल्ड फियर रिडन भिजन. अर्को चाहिँ उसले ड्याडले के भन्छ, भिजन द्याट इनेबल्स अस टु सिक द एनिमी अफ फुलफिलमेन्ट विदिन आवर सेल्फ. अर्को चाहिँ वी सुड ह्याभ आवर ओन भन्दाखेरि भिजन. द्याट भिजन एउटा हाम्रो आफ्नै एउटा भिजन हुनुपर्छ, जसले चाहिँ के गर्नु सक्छ, द्याट रियली क्यान इनेबल अस टु टेक आउट फ्रम आवर सेल्फ टु चेज आउट द एनिमी, चेज आउट द डेमोनिक पावर. द्याट इज अनदर थिङ विच इज भेरी इन्डिस्पेन्सिबल एन्ड इम्पोर्टेन्ट थिङ. यो चाहिँ एउटा फियर रिडन, डरले गर्दा आएको एउटा स्पिरिचुअल के भयो, एउटा इन्क्लिनेसन भयो, मान्छेको स्पिरिचुअल एउटा इन्ट्रेस्ट भयो. अनदर थिङ इज चाहिँ के भएर आफैबाट आएको इन्ट्रेस्ट, त्यो चाहिँ हो इज एनिमी अफ फुलफिलमेन्ट विदिन आवर सेल्फ, द्याट इज कमिङ फ्रम आवर सेल्फ. सो स्लाइड 6ले पनि के बतायो भन्दाखेरि देयर आर हिडन पोटेन्सियलिटी टु रिभिल, देयर आर हिडन पोटेन्सियलिटी, हिडन wisdom into ourselves that we have to produce it, we have to reveal it, we have to manifest it, and then only we can really fight with the invisible power or demonic forces. This is told by, this is the concept of Abdul Kalam's father. And the next slide, 7. I remember my father starting his day at 4 a.m. and by reading the namaz before dawn. After the namaz, he used to walk down to a small coconut grove. We owned about 4 miles from our home. He would return with about a dozen coconuts tied together thrown over his shoulder. And only then would he have his breakfast. This remained his routine even when he was in his late 60s. जब उस 65 देखि 70 लाई लेट 60s भन्छ है, 65 वर्षदेखि 70 वर्षको थियो अब्दुल कलामको बाबा। त्यति बेला यति साह्रो अजाइलिटिज थियो है, त्यति साह्रो एक्टिभ थियो। 4 बजी उठ्थ्यो, 4 o'clock in the morning। त्यस्तो अब प्लेन एरियामा पनि है, साउथमा कति गरम हुन्छ थाहै छ है, तमिलनाडुको गरम जो गएको छ त्यहाँको टेम्परेचर थाहै छ है। डिसेम्बरमै पनि त्यहाँनिर झन्डै 24-25 भइरहन्छ है, घट्नु साह्रो पर्छ। अनि त्यो टाइममा त्यस्तो गरमको टाइममा पनि 4 o'clock मा उठेर चाहिँ उहाँ नमाज पढ्थ्यो। हिज फादर वाज भेरी शेड्युल्ड म्यान है, भेरी के भन्नु डिसिप्लिन म्यान। अनि नमाज पढिसक्थ्यो। नमाज इज अ स्क्रिप्चर, नमाज इज अ प्रेयर विच स्पेसल्ली डन बाई द मुस्लिम पिपल। अनि बिफोर डाउनमै इन द मर्निङ हुनुभन्दा अगाडि नै पढिसक्थ्यो। देन वाट ही युज टु डु, ही युज टु लाइक वक टु द कोकोनट ग्रोभ, सानो यो नरियलको बगैँचा जस्तो थियो, त्यहाँनिर तिनीहरूको आफ्नै थियो है, अब्दुल कलाम्स फ्यामिलीको। उसको बाबा त्यहाँनिर गएर 4 miles अवे, त्यहाँदेखि टाढो थियो, धेरै टाढो 4 miles भनेपछि त्यहाँ गएर चाहिँ हिज टु ब्रिङ अ डजन अफ कोकोनट उसको अन हिज सोल्डरमा लिएर आउँथ्यो। देन मात्रै खाजा खान्थ्यो। इट वाज हिज सेड्युल, इज अ टाइट सेड्युल एन्ड डिसिप्लिन। ओके, त्यहाँदेखि ही सेज I have throughout my life tried to emulate my father in my own world of science and technology. I have endeavored to understand the fundamental truths revealed to me by my father and feel convinced that there exists a divine power that can lift one up from confusion, misery, melancholy, failure and guide one to one's true place. Last मा चाहिँ अति नै राम्रो भनेको छ अब्दुल कलामको आफ्नो विचार के छ। थ्रुआउट हिज लाइफ what he was trying to do is he wanted to copy his father, emulate, copy his father, what he was doing, what is his proper and disciplined manner, what does he do in the morning, what does he in the evening, how he read the namaz, how he pray, how he lives the life spiritually, how he talk with others, observes the society and nature and everything. So त्यो कपी गर्नु नै उसको जीवनभरि लाग्यो भन्छ यहाँनिर है न कोले अब्दुल कलामले। इन माई ओन वर्ल्ड अफ साइन्स आई ट्राई टु एमुलेट माई फादर but a world of science and technology also, and he not in a daily such usual life also, but Abdul Kalam wanted to apply all these things, good schedule of his father into science and technology also. In science and technology, when he was in college, when he was in big lab, when he was in scientific conference and all, when he started, I mean to say, when Abdul Kalam started living his life as a scientist, he never forget his father's lifestyle. So till then he was trying to copy, till then he was keeping on copying the all disciplined life of his father. And what next thing is, I have endeavored to understand. Endeavor with tried effort. Okay, what he did effort and tried to understand the fundamental truths which was within his father. We already knew in the first paragraph. Innate wisdom is inborn quality which was given by the nature, given by the divine power, that which was with his father. Your fundamental truth revealed to me by my father. He says, in conclusion, Abdul Kalam's father was not only the father but the spiritual man also, as well as the main mentor of Abdul Kalam. Because सबै कुरा त अब्दुल कलामको फादरले उसलाई सिकाए अनि त्यो कपी गर्नु खोज्दाखेरि एउटा असल मान्छे बनिन सक्छ भने he was doubtlessly the mentor. Convinced that exists, okay. Fundamental truths revealed to me by my father. The fundamental truths के हुन्छ कसो हुन्छ भन्ने कुरा पनि उसको बेसिकल ट्रुथ कुराहरू what is the moral law truth के हो भन्ने कुरा because many of the people are still confused in truth what is moral law भन्ने कुराहरुमा अझै छन् मान्छे अझै पनि मान्छे के छन् एथेइस्ट मान्छेहरु छन् अनि मान्छेहरु के पनि छन् क्लास 12 अनि ग्रेजुएसन पढेर साइन्स अलिकति एक दुईवटा किताब छिचाल्यो भने मान्छेले आफुलाई के सम्झिहाल्छ एथेइस्ट पनि सम्झिरहेका हुन्छन् उनीहरु अनि के पनि गर्छन् गडसँग च्यालेन्ज पनि गर्छन् देयर इज स्पिरिचुअल म्याटर कुनै छदै छैन पनि भन्छन् देयर इज नो एक्जिस्टेन्स अफ गड पनि भन्ने गर्छन् तर यहाँ अब्दुल कलाम एज अ साइन्टिस्ट मिसाइल मैन अफ इन्डिया ले चाहिँ आफ्नो फादरको बढी बढाइ गर्दैछ एज वेल एज ही अल्सो हैज अ डीप फेथ इन गड एन्ड डिभाइनिटी सो ही इज रियली टकिङ अबाउट एन्ड ही इज रियली appreciating his father's concept and wisdom. So that power, that kind of divine power which was in his father really can lift one out from the confusion and misery, melancholy and failure. मान्छे मिजरी में बसेका हुन्छन् दुःखदायी अवस्थामा बसेका हुन्छन् मेलनकोली सैडनेस में कन्फ्युजन में धोखाधडी में बसेका हुन्छन् अनि मिसगाइड भएका हुन्छन् विभिन्न प्रकारले हुन्छन् मान्छे सुइसाइड गर्न खोजिरहेका हुन्छन् मान्छे भ्रममा परेका हुन्छन् मान्छेको आफ्नो फिलोसफीलाई पनि के उल्टा प्रकारले लिएका हुन्छन् उल्टापाल्टा सोच लिएर पनि बसेका हुन्छन् है अनि मान्छेले छोटो जिन्दगी छ त्यो जिन्दगीमा नाच्नु गाउनु खानु मोज मजा गर्नु जाँड रक्सी खानु विभिन्न प्रकारले त्यो कुराहरू पनि सोचेका हुन्छन् है सर्ट लाइफ छ जिन्दगी हाँसेर बिताउँदै खेलेर बिताइदिउँ भन्ने छ what is life after death भन्ने कुराहरू बुझेका हुँदैनन् तर person who understand this divine power that really can chase out and clear out all confusion all these things अघि भनिहालेको कुराहरू यो all कुराहरूलाई चाहिँ के छ क्लियर गरेपछि he becomes a free man he is really a liberated person he is a very spiritual person. He has no relation with all this confusion, misery, melancholy, failure and physical thing and other elements. Okay, that really guide ones in a true place. That is called true place. And once an individual severs his emotional and physical bond, he is on the road to freedom, happiness and peace of mind. And at the end, what Abdul Kalam is saying in his own view is saying when a person severs means controls, severs means stops emotional and physical bond, emotional जो हुन्छ धेरै संवेदनशील हुन्छ जो इमोसनले भरेका हुन्छ नि त्यसलाई इमोसनल भन्छ अनि फिजिकल बोन्ड शारीरिक सम्बन्ध हुन्छ फिजिकल बोन्ड विथ द पिपल and other thing other worldly matters also then he is able to sever stop and he can go up to the spiritual being because emotional and physical bond are the struggles that stops the people becoming the spiritual. So this is the thing that is mentioned by Abdul Kalam also, and that person who is freed from all these things, they are on the freedom, they are on the road of the freedom, they are on the road of the happiness, they are on the road of the peace of the mind. They will get the peace of the mind. Because in a spiritual matter, those who are involved in a spiritual matter, they only can understand emotional and physical bond that is to be chased out, जुन कुरालाई चाहिँ निकालिन्छ spiritual matter मा तिनीहरूले मात्रै बुझ्छन् and then only freedom, happiness and peace of mind भन्ने कुरा आउँछ. Until and unless these things emotional, physical bond are chased out, र जबसम्म इमोसनल अनि फिजिकल बोन्डलाई हटाइँदैन तबसम्म फ्रिडम ह्याप्पिनेस एन्ड पिस अफ माइन्ड आउँदैन. पिस अफ माइन्ड मनको एउटा एक प्रकारको के आनन्द अनि पिस के शान्ति त्यो आउँदैन. त्यो कति बेला मात्रै आउँछ त्यो कुराहरू हटाए मात्रै आउँछ. सो स्लाइड नम्बर 7 सेज द अजालिटी अफ फादर कलम्स एन्ड फेथ इन डिभाइन गड. एट लास्ट अब्दुल कलाम हेज अल्सो फेथ इन डिभाइन पावर that can lift one up from the confusion. In this manner, the strong roots comes to end, and hope you understand this. So यसको सम्पूर्ण कुराहरु चाहिँ यसको क्वेशन आन्सरहरु चाहिँ आफै गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ. यसलाई हाम्रो चाहिँ अहिले टेक्स्ट मात्रै बुझाउने काम हो. त्यसको लागि hope you understand this text and see you later.